I started drinking as part of the legal profession quite early on in my law school days, where I was doing the LPC in Store Street and there was a pub right next door. This continued on when we were being assessed for training contract offers. And I remember at the end of one whole day of assessment, attending a drinks reception for 2 to 3 hours at the end of that. So this reinforced in my mind that it's a very, not just a very normal, but a very accepted and expected way of life as a junior lawyer especially. What began as something very social and accepted way of getting to know others in my year group especially, then transitioned into something, I would say a cocktail of something which was more scary in many ways. You know, even in Asia, even short haul business trips involve 3.5-hour flights. So in that situation, I would fly on a Sunday afternoon. So my drinking would actually begin at the lounge at say 3 p.m. You know, I board the flight, have another 3.5-4 hours of drinking on board. And because it's travel on a weekend, I would miss my family, including my baby son and my wife, and feel a bit sorry when I got to the hotel and I would have 1 or 2 glasses before bed to help relax myself. My drinking at that stage, I think, had a disproportionate effect on family life, but it was really the worst of both worlds because I was working very long hours every day at work. So that when it came to the weekend, I actually felt that I deserved to relax and to have, a few drinks. And my wife noticed it the most because ever since she's been carrying my son, she stopped drinking and she realized, actually, Heng, you're overdoing it. You're not getting enough sleep and you're drinking too much and you're just not present for me and for your son. And I really felt awful, waking up, not being able to spend quality time with my family. And it was just a vicious circle because that just kept repeating itself every weekend. And it had to change. Something had to give. My then Asian managing partner had a very direct conversation with me saying, I think you have a problem with alcohol, Heng, and I think you need some help. At which point, I completely denied I had any issues, and I even went one step further by feeling at that point very angry. He then gave me 1 or 2 examples, confidential examples of how he thought my behavior was not like my usual behavior. And I still denied it. I think I was in denial for 2 to 3 weeks. I didn't speak to him at all. But after that, I then actually said to him, yes, I think you're right, you have a point. And that was when I started thinking, I have to do something about this issue that I have. What I realized was I could actually substitute quite successfully drinking during the week with, having a new obsession with fizzy water, which replicates very well my favorite drink, champagne. I also went from not doing exercise for 10 years to starting to exercise more regularly, 2, 3, now 5 times a week, and that's really helped. And I've also tried to restrict drinking to just social events and also only to weekends. And the combination of what I've just described has really helped me in my journey away from over-dependence on alcohol. So I'm never really been a morning person, but I think because I have so much positive energy now, I am one of those annoying people who are unnaturally chirpy in the morning. When I started behaving in this way, it really surprised even myself. It's been well noticed by not just family, but friends and obviously colleagues at work as well, that I've transformed. For those of you who what I've said has resonated with you because you're going through the same or similar issues with health and well-being, I would encourage you to take that first, most difficult and courageous step of actually acknowledging that you have an issue. And please do reach out to friends, family, people at work to talk about these issues, because it's by removing the stigma of talking about these types of oftentimes hidden issues, that you can make that first most important step towards the journey of improving your health and well-being. But that's a step that only you can take. But in my own experience and in talking to others in similar positions, it's always acceptable and always possible to talk about these things with one of your teammates or with friends and family. And that's, in my own experience, that's been the most helpful part of my journey, to actually talk about the issue.